Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video and the final video in the new 3 stages of the Chamber of Truth. This time, Chamber of Truth Stage 7, using a physical water team. Now, this stage is built for the Water 1.0 team, which is the original Water Chloe and Alice Raphael Velzard, who they never got a tempered edge or a beatdown battle. They had some challenge quest, and that's never come back. So this would be our first time ever having to use this specific team in quite a long time. It's built for a turn 1 blue orb change, which Alice has. But she does cost 30 points now that I'm thinking about it. So I do have this team built. We have... Oh, I could use Isis too. So we've got Chloe. Now, if you don't know what Chloe does, she is a stacking protector, technically. She changes all oranges to greens, raises your skill cap by 40, and gives you a 3-turn 40% ult damage buff. So, for being within the first, 4 months of the game, that's actually pretty powerful. Chloe has not been used often, but she is still, I think, pretty effective for what she does as a almost precursor to a typical blue stacking team, because we didn't really have anything else besides that did remotely what she did. So she can be good. So we've got fused Water Soe, so he's got the orange orb change, which, in case we get a lot of oranges or something, or we don't have Chloe to use, we could still get a hand of greens. He also has his skill fused attack, nerf, and defense buff, which will help us survive a little bit longer. Isis is here for her orb change and her green buff. That's why we've got Soe as a skill point unit, Millen's a skill point unit. We can use Isis, both her skills first off, and then Alice has Pierce and Water Resistance down. She is not skill fused because she's only level 92. However, Raphael and Velzard are both skill fused, which means that they get a lot of extra power. 35% attack, 35% Pierce resistance down, and then Raphael is defense down, and then Pierce power for water allies up by 50%, which actually I'm going to go ahead and enhance this. So we're going to go jump into this turn. This should work, fine, right? It's been a long time since I've used this team in its full capacity, so we'll see exactly how difficult this stage ends up being. Is she fully done? She's fully done. Okay. How much health does this... Who are we fighting anyways? Phobio is 454k. Okay, so probably not that difficult, but famous last words, right? Alright, so turn 1, Isis, boom. Now we do not have a skill reset here, so after a while people are going to get kind of expensive, which is unfortunate, but it is also something we're going to have to live with. Hopefully we don't have to use too many of the orb changes. Raphael also does have a single orange to green in case we need to combine it with Soe. We should have quite a few points here, though. But I think he's weak, actually, against physical. Yeah, but is physical Alice going to do more damage than a 100? We'll find out, whatever. We'll just send Velzard last. So 48, 46, 40... They do about the same. Okay. We're losing... We lost 2 dupes on Alice, but Velzard is magic and not physical, so... Okay, that's a good hand right there. So we can use the Alice orb change, and we can use Chloe to convert those oranges. So we'll be looking pretty good. So, Alice, there we go. Alice. So increases soul skill point gain by 4.6% because she's not maxed out because she's such an old unit. Okay, well, whatever. Chloe. So extra 40% ult, 40 point skill cap raise. The oranges get converted. Looking pretty good. I think we'll just send her last. And then we should have an ult for, I think, all 3 of them? Oh, he's guarding now. Hold on. Okay. Alright, yeah, look at that. Triple ult. So we can do full power right here, actually, because we have all 3 of our units that actually, matter. So we'll do the Pierce buff and water resistance down. We'll do the defense down and Pierce power up. We'll do the Frostbite, which will enhance those debuffs, and then we'll give... Pierce resistance down, and then attack buff. And that is all of our points right there. So let's see how much damage we actually do here. I kind of don't want to use Chloe, because I think we'll need it next turn. We'll just send these 3 alts, and then we'll send the 2 Velzard orbs instead. So Alice, Raphael, Velzard, Velzard, Velzard. And let's see how much this does. We'll watch these alts, because, when's the last time you saw all 3 of these characters alt? I feel like we're not going to do as much damage as I really hope. We're going to do, like, under 100k per unit. Probably. 67k right there for Alice, okay. Not great. Raphael, our first ever version of Raphael when he came out, and Raphael, in case you didn't know, shafted me horribly. I went 400 pity, and I only actually pulled 1 copy of him. 78k. Velzard should do a lot more, because she's got a personal attack buff. Velzard, thankfully, the next banner, was very kind to me. It took her, like, 4 multis or something to do like that. She might do 100k, actually. She might do 100k. 115. Okay, that's pretty good. Boom. All right. Hopefully the next turn is just all oranges or something. Okay. Or not. It's all blues. We have no points, so we're just going to burn these blues out. Call it a day. And then hopefully next turn we can look pretty good with this full hand of, this Chloe. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so, ooh, that hurt a little bit. Hell, hold on. How many points do we have? We have 15. Not enough. So, because no one's getting reset, we can't use the green buff anymore. That has run out. Let's go ahead and get Alice out of here since she's the lowest. We'll bring Soe in, and we have enough points to use his attack, nerf, and defense buff at least. And then we'll use Chloe to get us a full hand of greens, which will get us a decent amount of points. No longer buffed by Isis, but it should still be enough. Actually, I think Soe will do more damage. Hold on. Well, maybe. He doesn't have a good support underneath him. 60. Okay, counter. Oh, he's got counter attacks right there. Okay, that's not great. Soe, how much do you do? Like 5k? Almost 5k. Counter that too? Alright, why not? Ooh, okay, I like to see that. Alright, we got points now. We'll bring Isis back in for Soe. That's a lot of orbs that we just swapped out, but boom, boom. So, full hand of greens, green buff, and then we'll bring Alice in, who is not our biggest heavy hitter, right? But she will do damage. We have another alt, we have 126 points, so we can't use everything here. Alright, is this almost guaranteed counterattacks now? Alright, we should be able to kill next turn, I think. I think, being the key word. So we're going to be up to 75. Okay, well, at least we have a full hand. So, Pierce buff, and then I guess we'll do the Velzard buff, because we need the Pierce resistance and the attack buff. And in order to get anything on Pierce resistance, we need to be piercing. So we'll do that. We can use Chloe to change all 3 of those oranges into greens, and we got a 6-hand send. So I think we kill, because he only has 86k left, but we are missing Raphael's buff, which is substantial, actually. Defense down and Pierce power up. Oh well. We'll see how hard this hits. I think we should kill him. 40k, yeah, okay, he's dead. And 66k, which, oh wow. So we lost about, what, 50,000 damage off of not having the Raphael buff on Velzard? Whew, that is pretty hefty. Okay, but there we go. We beat it using a very, very old team, but, obviously if your Velzard and Raphael are not skill fused, it's going to be much, much more difficult because their skills prior to the skill fusion were not that great. So it may take you longer, but it's still doable. It's still very doable. Is there another team that can do this? Another green-focused team? I'll try and build one. Hold on. Alright, we're going to try a really janky space team. We've got Space Guy, who's going to be doing the 3 and 3 convert to 6 greens. Going to give us 35% alt gauge, put an AoE debuff on, which really only matters for the hero. But then we've got Lumi for healing, because he does do quite a bit of damage. And we don't have type advantage anymore. And she's got orb changing. We've got the turn 1 orb change still with Isis. We've got Space Millum for our primary DPS unit. And, the space buff. We've got the crit buff. And we've got the alt buff. So, we're going to nuke, I think, 3 times. And we're going to have one of the buffs on. at all times, whether it be space crit or space resistance and alt. I mean, I think we can do 400,000 damage. He doesn't have that much health, so I think we can do it. Alright. Double Isis, boom boom, and then we'll get both Lumi and Isis out of here for the hero and Space Shinsha, who we are getting a new version of Shinsha in a couple weeks or so. So I'm actually pretty excited for that, because it'll be her new Carnation form. I don't know, by the time this video goes out, she may already be out. I don't know when these are going. Okay, we gotta send the hero last, because she's physical. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Okay, good. I mean, we have Guy here, so it eliminates pretty much all of our RNG at this point. So we just have to get ult. But Guy is going to give everybody 35% ult gauge, plus we're going to have, you know, full hand of greens. So we'll be looking, yeah, pretty good. Go ahead and watch this. Just turn this wall into a door. Cool. Please enter my ballroom, or my strange stage. Doesn't really look like a stage, but hey, I'm not in charge. There we go. Alt gauge, and now we're going to send all this. The next turn we'll be able to full nuke with at least, you know, one major buff plus the Drago from Milim. So who do we use first, I guess, is the big time thing. Or do we just use a space buff and then send, I think, Shinsha and Milim to the back, and then next turn use two buffs, right? That might be something that we do. Actually, you know, let's do that. Let's do that. Space buff and Drago. We'll send the hero's ult now because, you know, she's got the buff and I don't want to waste it. So we'll get you in here. We'll get you in here. And then we'll go ahead and convert again to full hand of greens. I don't know if we'll cycle back to a Guy, but it doesn't really matter now, does it? Unless we use the rewind now. We have enough points for that. Well, you know what, let's do that instead. Let's rewind here. That way we get an extra turn of the hero with the space buff. And maybe we can even get lucky and... Well, actually, we're going to get another buff for her. We're going to get another ult. So actually, next turn, once it hits turn 4, we can actually bring Shinsha and Milim back in, and we could still have 3 ults. So actually, this could go pretty well. Look at me being all smart, right? Guarding, alright, not great. Counterattacking, not great. I think if we get a decent hand, we should be able to... Well, I mean, it could be worse. We're going to do this. Or we're going to do... Right, we have 4? Yeah. We're going to do this instead. Boom. And now we can use Guy. So now another 6 hand of buffed greens with the protection gauge boost from the rewind means that we're going to have an EX ult for the hero. And now everybody's going to have an ult, which means that we will be able to bring in all the 2 characters from the back with max points. And now we're looking pretty good. All right, counterattack, whatever. Guarding. I mean, this is working out pretty well. This is working pretty well. All right. Boom. Boom. Let's see. We only need so much. Let's go ahead and heal here just to get them topped up. And then we'll get Isis out. We'll get Lumi out. We'll bring in Milim for Lumi, I guess. Doesn't really matter now, does it? Boom. We're going to have a full hand of hero. So who will do not the most damage on the planet. So Isis leaves. We've got the space buff on Shinsha and Milim still, plus Drago, so I think now we'll use the ult and the space resistance down to capitalize on that space buff. And I think we save Guy, since we have a full 6 send. I don't think we really need to use Guy right here, because we wouldn't get another one next turn. So boom, boom. Let's see how much damage we do here. Hero, 27k. Alright, she has no buffs. Shinsha, with ice cream on her nose at the very end of it. How much will you do? Alt buff, space resistance down, space buff, ice cream on her nose, and 50k. Alright, not great, but she did naturally synergy there. That's funny. That's something. Milim obviously is a much better DPS unit. She's got Drago, so she's enhancing the space buff that she's put on herself. She's enhancing the attack buff she put on herself. And she does 72k. Actually, not as much as I was hoping for. Alright. Alright, this ult may hurt. 5,000? Okay, not as bad as I thought. We got a bad hand, but because we have Guy, and this is why we saved Guy last turn, is that we could, get around this whole thing. Let's do Guy. The greens, I think, are no longer buffed, right? Yeah, they're not. Let's go ahead and bring you in for the hero. And then we can use the green buff to make sure they are buffed. And we don't have enough of the charm, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Well, we're still going to get the ult anyway. Plus max points. So boom, 7 or 6,000. All right, whatever, don't care. He is guarding. I think he's going to start counterattacking now on turn 6, because I think that's what he did with the water team. Okay. Does he have any major resistances besides magic resistance? No, magic attack. Counterattack rate 20%. Defense for another 2 turns. So we could hold here, and we could do what we did last time, which is the space buff, and hold it. And then we could just stall for 2 turns, and we'll just do this, and we'll get our space units back out again, and then we'll try and get back up to another, I think, crit buff this time, instead of the ult buff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Let's just burn out the oranges. 5,300 damage, 14 and a half. All right, you won't do much. 12-4. All right, and I think we just need, 55 points, right? So now he's got guaranteed counters. What is that? Is that an attack seal? Did that hit everybody? No, okay. So we... 55 points, huh? That is 55 points right there, and an ult. So... yeah, sure, why not? Okay, counter. I don't think he'll kill me, even if he countered. If he countered all 5 of them, she may have died, but I think we'll be okay. I don't know what that was. That was an attack seal, but didn't hit the back line. We do have orbs for everybody to bring in. Awesome. So Millum will come in for... it doesn't really matter, because it's all hero orbs again. Boom. And boom. And I'm pretty sure he's dead now, because we have enough points now. Crit buff. The 2 girls have the space buff still. We're going to get, extra ult gauge here. Full hand of green. Now, even if we don't kill him here, we'll have another ult next turn with both the hero and Millum. So we'll be looking pretty good. Hero 25k, alright, not great. Shinsha 33.9. Millum doesn't have the Drago buff, 46k. Another counter. He's going to ult again. Will it kill anybody? Ooh, just a nut tap of health, damn. Okay, now I think we're still fine, unless he double follows or something. Nope. Alright, he is dead. Super dead with Millum. Boom. And there we go. Alright, well there's another green team. Magic focused. Space magic focused. There we go. Alright, so we did 2 teams this time, but we both got it done with nobody dying. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any other teams you think I can try in here, let me know. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you all later.